Hello and welcome to this presentation of our new feature, which is called Learning Accelerator. Today, a huge amount of training that was previously delivered in the classroom now needs to be reimagined and brought back online. This represents a heavy workload, lots of time to spend, and a big challenge for lots of organizations. As a collaboration tool, Elucidat offers the possibility to empower the subject matter experts within your business so that they can actually help you create digital learning by creating some projects themselves. However, you may wonder, how can we ensure the quality of our e-learning remains high if we are inviting subject matter experts to create content? And what about consistency? Obviously, the more people that you have creating content, the more scope there is for the end results to be very different from each other, potentially in terms of branding and visuals, also in terms of user experience. So this is the challenge that we gave ourselves at Elucidat. The result of that challenge is our newest feature, which is called Learning Accelerator. Elucidat's Learning Accelerator add-on makes it easy for anyone to create great e-learning quickly. Learning Accelerator is a new way of starting projects, and it's a way that makes it possible for anyone to be an e-learning author. And hopefully it means that you don't have to consider outsourcing a lot of your work to agencies, which we know is a more expensive option. So essentially, rather than starting a project from scratch and having to think about the learning design, you know things like, how should I structure this content? Which page type should I use? How can I make sure it's engaging? Instead of having to think about all of those things yourself, you can actually choose to start a project from a pre-made blueprint so that quality learning design is actually baked in for you, and you just have to concentrate on the content. Elucidat will automatically recommend the best blueprints for your project, based on your project goals and needs. You can choose from more than 25 expert design blueprints covering all types of e-learning and just add your own content. Each blueprint contains tips and pointers to help you produce something brilliant. You will be able to apply your own style to personalize your project. Learning Accelerator is like adding a learning design expert to your team. Each blueprint comes with a collaborative storyboard and help for how to best plan your project, supporting you through the whole process. So now let's see how the Learning Accelerator works and looks like. The page I'm on here is where you come every time you want to start a brand new project. And you've got these different options. Creating a new project from scratch, creating it from another project in your account, create from a gifted project if a user of another Elucidat account has offered you a project. And then this latest addition, which is Create with Learning Accelerator. And that means you will be starting from one of these blueprints. So when I select this, the next step will be for me to apply my own style to it. So this is meaning that you can apply your own brand look and feel. And the templates have all been designed in a very neutral way, so that your brand just sits on top of them, and they look like they've been designed by your organization, not by Elucidat. So let's select this, and then I'm going to go down and choose one of these styles. I'm going to choose an Elucidat one for today, but you would of course choose your own. And then I'm going to just give this a name. And then when I click on this Use Learning Accelerator button, I'm going to be taken forward, and this is where I'm given two options. Access the blueprints either through the recommendation engine, which will listen to what you need and serve up a recommendation, or by browsing the full library of 25 templates. There are lots of really exciting ones coming from great kind of micro-learning pieces to more complex examples and even things like branching scenarios to make those more advanced learning experiences really easy for you. So let's have a look now at how the recommendation engine would work. So rather than giving us blueprints straight away to choose from, there's this short 4-step wizard that asks a few questions about the project you are working on, so that it can then recommend the best print for you. So here it's asking you what the project is about, how you would roughly describe your project. For example, is it about a product, a process, or compliance, etc. When you've made that choice, you're then asked to look at what the project needs to actually do. So this is the kind of all-important impact it actually needs to have for the learner and the business. For example, is it about helping people gain new skill, or is it about helping them change behaviors? This is where you can start thinking about the true goal of your project. Then there's a bit of information about the target audience, and we are asking you where they are likely to learn and how engaged do you think they are likely to be with this content and learning experience. And the answers to these questions are all being fed into the recommendation engine, so that we can then serve up just a few recommended blueprints for your needs. So you can see here that the main recommendation for me here is a case study blueprint that uses some social polls for added engagement and has been designed specifically with compliance in mind. The engine provides you with a top recommendation, but makes a few other suggestions below as well. So you can see these 3 other suggestions are all on the compliance theme. And we really hope that this removes some of the mystery and the decision-making of learning design for those people who are new to it, really giving them somewhere to start from. So that's how the recommendation engine is going to work. The second option that is available is for you to just browse through all 25 of those blueprints and find the one that's right for you. So this might be the best option if you're already confident at learning design and you know what kind of structure you need. You just want to find the best one. There's going to be a base for your project to try and save you time and speed the process along. And you will be able to use a filtering system to narrow down your search and find something that is the best fit for your needs. And you can see here that you get a little snippets of information to help you choose which of these is going to be best for your project. And you've got things like how long each of these are. So this one here, for example, would take a learner about 5 minutes, whereas this one at the end would be about 20 minutes. And you can see the type of navigation experience as well. This one is one long scrolling page. You can see here that says it's scrolling. And this one is a linear experience where you would move from slide to slide. This third one is menu-based. So you get a little snapshot of what all of these are, so you can help make your decision. And when you click into View Details, you get more information about the one that you've selected. You can still go back and change your mind if you wish to. But you can see here the kind of information that I get. So there's quite a lot of information here around what this blueprint is good for. So this one, for example, is great for explaining a process, grabbing learners' attention, teaching something quite complex. So the idea here really is that it's trying to take some of that decision-making away from people who are not used to making those kind of design-based decisions. They can simply look at these tags of what this blueprint is good for and think, yes, that matches my project. This is the one for me. So there's some great information here about what it's like. And on the right-hand side here, you can see some screen grabs, so you can really visualize this and understand how it will come to life. Here we can see this is a menu with 5 topics on it. So that's really showing you how the navigation will work. As we scroll down, we get to see what some of the pages look like as well, in terms of layout and in terms of interactions used. This example that appears here is one that we have put our own dummy content and our own style on. But when you choose to use it, it will be branded for you and you will be able to change the content. Each blueprint comes with a collaborative storyboard for how to best plan your project. Click on this Download Storyboard button to plan and generate the content you want to put across in your chosen Elucidat blueprint. It helpfully provides a page-by-page structure with examples and guidance to help you and your collaborators deliver the right content in the right way for an engaging e-learning experience that works. Of course, you will be able to adapt the content as you wish. And if you want to imagine it in even more detail, you can choose this preview option, and that actually launches a functioning version of a project that's been created using this blueprint. So here you can see I can actually interact with this. It's a full Elucidat course. I can click in and see exactly what the pages are like. So you can really get a feel for what you are choosing before you decide if it's the right one for you and your project. So if we imagine I have decided that, yes, this is the best one for me, I can choose to use this blueprint, and it's going to build a version of this project in my account for me. It's going to be styled with the style that I selected previously. So we can see here all of these pages dropping in instantly. Normally, to create a project of this length and add in all of these pages, it would take you some time to think about how many of those pages you need, what the different page types are, whereas by choosing this, it's all instantly done in there for you. So it's going to save you a lot of time. But you're still able to remove any pages you don't need and add any extra ones. It's very flexible from this point. But the idea is we build this for you. It should hopefully get you at least 80% of the way there, and then your role is to edit content and finesse rather than having to start from scratch. So if we go in and have a look at how that might work, I'm going to jump into the menu page here, so you can see how the interactions have all been pulled through. Everything is built for me. The layout looks lovely already, and I can clearly see where the placeholders are. So this sort of placeholder image is used everywhere, and the text in here is guidance text telling me what I should put in each field. Again, it's really kind of hand-holding for the novice e-learning designers who are doing this for the first time. They get a lot of support. So I can see here the bits I need to change, so I can change this title here. I might say, how to use Learning Accelerator. It might be my course. And I can also just edit a list as normal to swap out some of these images. So I'm going to replace this placeholder image with something from my library, just to show you how easily you can edit it. So let's put this background in. You can see how I can just play around with the details. I can start adding in my own icons in the menu as well, and very quickly I'm taking what was a generic blueprint and I'm just concentrating on the text and my own images, and I'm able to make it look like my own very quickly. So hopefully this shows you how much time these blueprints can save you. Everything comes in, fully formed. You can simply add and remove things as you wish. If you decide you need an extra topic here, for example, you are free to just add and then delete your own. And the same goes for particular pages. So if you decide that you actually need an additional page, you are free to add that in. So there's no restrictions on how much you can edit these. You can completely make them your own, but we hope that the structure really saves you a lot of time. Of course, you will be able to release your projects as usual, and they will also be SCORM compliant, ready to be uploaded to your LMS, for example. Well, so that's an overview of how Learning Accelerator works. Thanks for your attention. Bye-bye.